Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm out here to give you guys a review of my hunting bow. This bow has recently been put to good use. I just killed an antelope, which is really exciting, and I have been shooting the crap out of this thing, so I'm excited to tell you guys what I think. So let's jump in with the specs on this bow. It is a women's specific bow, but a lot of the technology does carry over into the rest of Mathews bows, so this will be relevant even for some of the other models as well. This particular model has a 30-inch axle to axle. That is 4 inches shorter than the bow that I was shooting last year, and overall I'm really liking it. We all know that a longer axle to axle means improved accuracy, but it also means you're lugging around a bow that is going to be heavier and longer. It's just a bulkier, larger bow. So far, I've really been enjoying the 30-inch, and it's great. This bow weighs in at just under 4 pounds. I think it's 3.96 or something. So we'll just say around 4 pounds, a little under, and that's really great for the functional aspect of bow hunting, especially spot and stock where you're carrying this thing around all day long. Now, if you're a whitetail hunter, having a heavier bow might not be the end of the world, especially if you have it hanging in the tree next to you and you don't necessarily have to hold it all day long. Now I'm realizing I didn't really give you guys my specs. I have a 27.5-inch draw length, and I have 50 to 60 pound limbs on here. Whenever I was shooting in the summer, I was shooting around 53 pounds, and currently I'm shooting at 58. The Avail has draw lengths that range from 22 to 28, so I am on the upper end of that. If you're a gal with long arms, you might need to consider a different bow, but it's great that it goes down to 22. So with gals with short arms, the bow will fit you quite well. You can purchase 40, 50, and 60 pound limbs for this bow, so there is quite a large range in terms of the options. However, if you are looking to shoot above 60 pounds, you'll want to consider a different option. In terms of noise, I find that it's about the same to any other bow that I've shot. It's not particularly quiet. I also don't have any monkey tails or anything to quiet it down, but about the same. I would say no better, no less than really anything else out there. The let-off on the draw cycle is 80%, which is important. Oh my God, whenever I was at full draw on the antelope that I shot last week, it was great at first, but I was holding it full draw for quite a substantial period of time, and I was shaken by the end of it. But I think that speaks more to the fact that we should all practice holding full draw for a lengthy period of time, because I definitely got a wake-up call whenever I wanted to let down and I couldn't, because I had to take that opportunity while I had it. So really everything that I have to say about this bow is good, but I do have one point that I do not like, but I can totally get past because it's just cosmetic, and functionality is totally key in bow hunting. But I hate that there's pink on it. And that's so lame for me to even say. Like, I hate that that even bothers me, because it's just cosmetic. Who cares? But I'm just not into this like shrink it and pink it idea. Obviously, you need a bow that's going to fit the size of the hunter. Females tend to be smaller than males. I get it. I get that for sure. But in terms of coloring, I don't know. I'm not a fan of pink. It's my personal opinion. Comment below with what you think. Whether you're a dude or a chick, comment below. What do you think about the pink thing with women's hunting gear? It doesn't have to be just bow specific. It can be apparel, packs, whatever. Let me know. Am I the only one that gets annoyed by that? I don't know. Okay. Moving on. I have it in gray, and I will put the official color of this particular bow on the screen right now, but it does come in other options. So you do have a variety of choices in terms of colors and camos. You can obviously customize it to add accents of color as well. But I just went with black as my accent because I am a neutral kind of gal. One of the biggest features about this bow that I find really makes it specific to people with smaller frames, for the most part women, that's who they're marketing this to, is the grip. We as ladies, for the most part, have smaller hands, a lot smaller than the guys that are out there in general. So having a smaller grip really does make a difference in the way that the bow sits in your hand, in your comfort level while you're shooting it. I struggled for a long time and continue to struggle with sort of gripping the bow. I think part of that issue comes from the fact that I've always been shooting bows that were designed for men, frankly. And when your grip is a lot bigger, you're going to have to hold on to it if you have smaller hands. So having a smaller grip, I feel, has really helped me in loosely holding the bow in my hand and letting it fall and not gripping it. But it is still something that I'm working on. I definitely have to think about everything that I'm doing when I'm practicing, and those are one of those mental points that I need to check when I'm shooting and when I'm practicing. The draw cycle is very smooth, and I find that it doesn't build up like other bow brands can. I've shot some other bows that really build up at the beginning, and it makes it very difficult. It's like a high build for a high let off, which some people love. I personally don't like a bow like that, and that's part of the reason why I love this thing so much, because it does have a smooth draw cycle. It never really builds to a point that is really hard to get past. It has that consistent smooth cycle right until you're at full draw when you need that let off. So I really like that. I find that the back wall is really sturdy as well, which is really important for me for setting up my shot and making sure that I'm getting a consistent draw, consistent anchor point, all of the above to make sure that my shots stay accurate. I love the quiver that Mathews makes. That's the quiver that I have. Of course, I don't have it on the bow right now, but I'll insert a shot right now so you can see it. It clips on and off so easily, and I highly, highly recommend. I am going to be hunting elk all season with this bow. I technically have an archery mule deer tag as well, but it overlaps with my elk season, so I don't know how much time. That'll be more of an opportunistic thing. It's like if I'm out elk hunting and there's a mule deer, or if I'm out elk hunting and there's a grouse, I will totally shoot any of the above with my bow. And whitetail. Back home in Pennsylvania, we'll be in Ohio. There might be some other cool whitetail hunts this year as well. So I will be using this bow for 4 or 5 different species, big game and small game if you count grouse. So definitely stay tuned for those hunts and videos, because this thing, it is already pretty dirty just from me like crawling on the ground through sagebrush trying to get to antelope, and it is probably going to be a lot dirtier by the end of the season. So definitely stay tuned for all of those cool hunts. I'm really excited to share them with you. I'm just going to go on a little tangent here. Thank you guys for all of the comments on my antelope video. That hunt was so much fun, and it was just unique and different than anything that I've done, and I'm glad that, you guys kind of got to experience that with me. So thank you for all of the comments. I love reading what you guys write. So that is it. We're going to go shoot this thing right now to make sure that it is good to go as far as I want it to go for elk hunting this weekend. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.